Hello.
Hello, Shri. Can you hear me? Shri, you're on mute.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. Welcome, Suman and Shri, to Kochiva's French demo. Let's start with a brief introduction. I'll go first. My name is Prarthana, and I'm the French trainer at Kochiva Linguistics. I'm a holder of DALF C2 in French language from Alliance Française Delhi. I've also completed a license certification to teach French as a foreign language. Presently, I am a student of translations. That is, I'm studying translations and interpretation in French language from English to French and vice versa. Needless to say, I've been working with Kochiva for over 3 years now, and it has been a gala to teach as well as to learn from students. So it's never a one-way teaching; it's always a two-way learning, and that's how we do it at Kochiva. There's always an experiential way of teaching, of learning more from our students. So that was a brief introduction about me and my company. Over to you, Suman and Sheshri. I just have two questions. What do you do presently? And what motivates you to learn French? So, Suman, let's start with you.
Okay, so hello. My name is Suman. So currently I'm living in France. So that is my main motivation to learn French.
Okay. And you're a student there?
Yes, I just recently completed my master's and I am looking for jobs now.
Okay.
Learning French is very important to get jobs and to live here. So yes,
Definitely.
that's my main motivation to learn French.
Okay. And you were doing masters in which language? In
It was
which
in English.
course?
The master's was in digital transformation.
I see. That's very interesting, Suman. Thank you for that lovely introduction. Over to you, Sheshri. Same question.
I'm Saishri Lavangare and I'm in still school and I'm in 10th standard right now.
Okay. And what motivates you to learn French?
Actually, I'm learning French only for my hobby. Actually, I like to learn new types of languages.
Okay. And previously, you've learned any language?
No, this is not starting.
Okay, okay, that's great. And you have given your 10th board examination or they are
No,
upcoming?
now I'm in 10th standard.
Okay, okay. You'll be giving your boards next year.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much, Shri, for the lovely introduction. Now, without further ado, let's head over to our demo. Allow me to share my screen. Okay. Before heading over to learning a few French words, it's important that we acquaint ourselves with a few facts about the French language. Okay, before that, I have one question to both of you, Suman and Sheshri. When I say the word French, the language, what all countries pop in your mind that here French is definitely spoken? Over to you.
France and Canada,
Okay, what other
and some
countries?
parts of Belgium also.
Right, okay. Where else?
Uh, Morocco,
Morocco, okay.
Lebanon,
Lebanon,
mm,
what more?
Luxembourg,
Luxembourg, okay. More, come on, Sheshri. Think of some countries, cities where French.
Pondicherry in India.
Thank you. Now, coming to India. Suman listed a few countries: Canada, France, Luxembourg, Morocco, Belgium, etc. etc. Let's break this myth that French is only spoken in selected countries. The moment Suman gave us the example of of Pondicherry, just a second, is there someone in waiting room? Okay, yes. The moment you gave the example of Pondicherry, it says that in a country like India as well, where there are so many languages spoken, there is a union territory, Pondicherry, where French, a foreign language, is spoken. So the myth that we are breaking is French is not just spoken in selected countries, It is a global language. It is spoken around the world by people like you and I, learners, translators, bilinguals, trilinguals, so many more people. Do you know Pondicherry is called the French capital of India?
Yes.
Yes. And the reason, do we know why it is called the French capital of India?
Uh, m-
So it has got
past,
some historical. We go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
yeah, past French people lived there. I heard one fact that people in Pondicherry can vote for the elections happening in France.
Uh, that is a myth, although that we
Okay.
could not cannot do. We are just a French speaking territory of India. So the reason was when we were still a colony, the French invaders came to Pondicherry. They established the French East India Company there, and hence the people still speak French just like natives. Like Goa has the Portuguese influence, Pondicherry has the French influence. So the myth is French is a global language spoken by over, so the statistic has changed. It has become 300 million people that speak French today in over 500 continents. Okay. The next fact is uh, French is the language, the most important language of the culinary, of the travel world, of the culinary world, of the international relations, uh, of the tourism as well. Acha. The I was teaching a bunch of hotel management students French language when they told me that their entire curriculum has been based on the French standards, the European standards. So you can understand how important the language is in terms of these domains. Just like German as a language is the language of automobile, of the hospital, of the medical sector. Similarly, French is the language of the culinary and travel world. Oh, before I forget, we have two more candidates who have joined in. Hello, Punjabi. Hello, Kanika. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Hi. And hi, Punjabi. You're on mute. If you're trying to speak, I saw you raised your hand, Punjabi. Yes, you'll have to unmute in order to speak. Okay, for Kanika and Punjabi, I'll quickly give a introduction about me, and I, of course, would like to know you as well. My name is Prarthna, and I'm the French trainer at Kochiva Linguistics. I'm a holder of DALF C1 in French language and literature. I've also completed my license certification to teach French as a foreign language. Presently, I'm studying translations, and I aspire to be a translator and interpreter one day. With Kochiva, my association has been for over 2 years, and I've taught over 500 students so far, students who wish to go to Canada or wish to study in a French university. Needless to say, they have had a successful journey with us. They've completed their DALF and TEF examinations with flying colors. So that was a little introduction about me, Kanika and Punjabi. I would like to know more about you. What do you do presently? And what is your motivation to learn French? Over to you, Kanika.
Hi, I'm Kanika Tyagi. I live in Greater Noida,
Okay.
and I just want to learn French just because of my son.
Okay.
Just I just want to study like abhi I'm like a housewife right now.
Okay.
Uh,
And your son is in which standard?
he's in fourth.
Okay. He's beginning to learn French in school?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. That's great. That's great, Kanika. Nice to meet you. Uh,
Thank.
and yes, go ahead. Yes, yes, Kanika, you were saying something.
No, no, no. I'm not saying anything.
Okay. Okay. Punjabi, I think there was some problem. She'll rejoin. Okay. So we were on facts, quick facts. We've just started, Kanika. This is just the first fact. And I'm sure you heard while I was explaining it. The next fact is As I said in the very first fact itself, that French is a global language. However, English still remains the top language which we all speak. It's the language of the business world. French remains the next popular foreign language in terms of its usage, in terms of business, in terms of professionalism. And the last fact is one of the most mind boggling facts. First question before I introduce this fact. Are we all comfortable with Hindi? Do we all speak Hindi? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
French is very similar to English, which we are going to see today. Besides that, French also has various similarities to Hindi language, be it in terms of matras, be it in terms of sounds. The reason that these three languages are so similar to French is because they are evolved from Latin, all the three languages, English, Hindi, as well as French. So they have Latin roots. In this demo, we are going to look at some English words that we already know, which are originally French. So we speak French, a little French every day. We don't even realize that these are actually French words that we are speaking. And indirectly, we are using a lot of French, what do we say? A lot of French rules, pronunciation rules. So I want all of your involvement, Suman, Sheshri, and Kanika. I'll just share my whiteboard alongside so that we can write little pronunciation rules that will help us speak French fluently. Okay, the first word. Suman, can you pronounce this word for us?
Yes, it's bouquet.
Bouquet. And bouquet means?
The flowers, a bunch of flowers.
Exactly, bouquet, a bunch of flowers. Now, everyone notice Suman did not pronounce the last letter. She didn't say bouquet, which is how we speak most of our English words. This word is originally French. And the very first rule every French learner should know is the last letter rule. So let's have a look. The last letter rule says, okay, it is called the last letter rule. The last letter rule says most last letters. I'm saying most last letters, not all, because we are going to learn certain exceptions, are silent in French. That is, they are not spoken at all. And that's why when we say the word bouquet, we are not saying the last letter. Can we all try speaking the word? Kanika, Shishri,
Bouquet.
bouquet. Okay, bouquet. Shishri, go ahead.
Yes. Bouquet.
Bouquet. That's the last letter rule. Okay, let's come to the next word. Shishri, over to you.
Yes.
Let's pronounce this word the way we pronounce it in English.
Cafe.
Cafe. And what does cafe mean?
Where we can, means it's like a hotel where we can drink coffee.
Yeah, like a coffee place. Cafe also means coffee. Cafe also means coffee. And can you also read the example for us? It's very popular coffee chain. Can you read the example for us, Shishri?
Mm,
It's written right in front of you. The example.
Oh, actually, I can't hear you properly. Please, can you pardon? Please repeat again.
Am I audible to everyone else? Just wanted to confirm. Okay. Can you read
Uh,
the example, Shishri?
Cafe Coffee Day.
Cafe Coffee Day. It's actually a play of words if you see it now. We just learned cafe also means coffee. They're just saying coffee in two different languages. Coffee Day. Okay. But particularly here, we are pronouncing the last letter. What is the rule then? The rule is It's an exception to the last letter rule that if a word ends with E and it has this matra. Shishi, can you put yourself on mute? Too much noise from
Yes.
the background. Yes. If you put the slanting line on the E, this sounds like A ki matra in Hindi, A. And that's exception number 1, where we do pronounce the last letter. So let's write as an exception to last letter rule. Exception 1, if a word ends with E and this matra over it, we do pronounce it. Cafe. A ki matra. Cafe. Okay. Let's come to the next word. Kanika, over to you.
Resume.
Resume. Do you see the matra on the e's? And right, Kanika did pronounce the last letter because it's an exception. Resume. And what does resume mean, Kanika?
Resume means your put profile for a job or your
Exactly.
biodata for a
Your
job.
biodata, your curriculum vitae.
Curriculum.
Perfect. That's your resume. We use it in English all the time, but it is indeed a French word. Okay, let's come to the next word. Suman. Suman, you're on mute.
Yes, it's Shafia. Shafia.
Do we say it like chauffeur in English? We are pronouncing like we say it in English.
Yes, Shafia.
Uh, it's actually chauffeur.
Chauffeur. Okay.
Yes. In English, also we pronounce it as chauffeur. Now,
Okay.
observe. In English, if it was an English word, but it is not. It's actually a French word. That's why we are saying sure. Now, the rule is whenever you see ch in French words, it sounds like sure. It's no more ch, it's sure. Chauffeur. So, another thing that we are learning now is if there is ch, it sounds like sure. So, another rule that we can learn from the word chauffeur is the sound of A and U, like the letter O. Chauffeur. Right? That's how we pronounce chauffeur. Okay, let's continue. Sheshri, I'm sure we've come across this expression at times, yes? Let's try pronouncing.
Uh, Bon appetit.
Once again,
Bon appetit.
perfect. Last letter is silent. We don't pronounce the T. So you're right. And what does bon appetit mean? Can you guess?
Um, no.
Try. It's very
And
simple. Try. There's no wrong answer. You're guessing. Some guess, some random guess. Okay.
no. Actually.
Open question then to Suman and Kanika. What do you
Uh,
think?
it's a
Enjoy your
way
meal.
of saying enjoying your meal.
Exactly. It's like enjoy your meal, have a good meal. So it's like cultural connotation. In India, before having our meal, we pray. We kind of join our hands, we close our eyes. The French, on the other hand, they wish each other, have a good meal. Bon appétit. Bon appétit. Last letter silent. Okay. Thank you, Sheshri. Kanika. Remember the last letter rule. Now try.
In English, we can say fox.
No, but we don't say fox since it's a French word.
fow.
We also did the sound of A and U.
Oh, it sound
O.
like O. Fow.
So which is no, but if it sounds like O, how would it be foul? Right,
But we
right.
can. But last letter is silent, and
Yeah.
AU is AU is sound like O. So
Yes.
uh
It's
s- fow. It's not fow.
fo, not foul. Fo.
Fow.
Yes. Fo.
Okay. Fow.
And have a look at the example. Can you guess the meaning what fo means?
Fow leather, similar like a leather fabric something.
Mm, no, I'll paint a picture.
Okay.
The real leather is banned, right? The skin of the
Yes.
animals
Yes.
is banned. So we have alternate kind of leather, and if you own something of fake of leather, you will
Mm.
see on the label it's written faux leather.
Yes.
What does that word faux mean? It's not a type of leather, no, it's some other word.
It's
Leather.
very similar to leather, yeah, or fake leather something.
Exactly, fake,
Fake leather.
false.
Faux, it means
Faux
fake.
means false. Faux means false. Yes.
False. Okay.
Artificial also we can use here. Faux is not real. False. Faux leather. Thank you, Kanika. The next word. Let's come to Simon.
Um, Adia,
Adieu. Adieu.
adieu.
Okay. Here's one thing that I need to explain. French cannot pronounce the hard letters. They can't say de. They can't say te. Instead, they say the softer versions of those letters, which is how it's similar to Hindi. So they can't say de. They instead say the. Okay. They can't say te. Instead, they say the. So that's why it's not adieu, but adieu. 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 Can we all try repeating? Adieu.
Adieu.
And Simon, what does adieu mean?
Uh, Saying bye.
Exactly. Adieu is bye.
That is awa, right?
That
In
is also
French.
there. Adieu is also there.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Let's come to the next word. Shishri. On mute, Shishri.
She.
You're on mute.
She. Is it?
But remember when we did the word chauffeur, we learned that ch is not ch. What
She.
is sorry?
She.
Keep your headphone a little apart. It's very loud and
Oh,
squeaky.
sorry.
Yes, now try.
She.
She. And now let's learn another exception. Whenever a word ends with C, it is pronounced always. So it's chic, chic. Let's write to our exception number 2. If a word ends with C, it is always pronounced. If a word ends with C. So it's chic. Can you guess the meaning of this word, Sheshri? Chic. On mute, Sheshri, if you're trying to speak.
Actually, I'm thinking about it.
Okay, try something. How it's not like you're going to lose points.
No,
No, go ahead. Think something. Say something. Could be what? Chic.
like beauty.
Very close. Yes, it is an adjective. Exactly. So, chic is used for a person who is very stylish,
Oh,
is very fashionable, always trendy. You look chic. I don't know if you've seen Instagram comments. People often comment us, "You look chic." Wow, chic. That's how we use the word, the adjective chic. Okay, this is pretty easy. Kanika, over to you.
Cuisine.
Cuisine. And cuisine means
Um, dinner, something,
a
food.
food. Yes, like Indian cuisine,
Cuisine.
Italian cuisine,
Italian.
Chinese cuisine. That's how we to use this all the time. It's actually French. The word
Okay.
is French. Okay, let's
How
come.
how we can pronounce in French is cuisine.
It's cuisine, the same way we pronounce in English. Cuisine. Okay. The next word, Suman.
Saute.
Perfect. Saute. The sound of AU we learnt is O. And if a word ends with this, it is pronounced. And what does saute mean, Suman?
It's stir frying the vegetables like when you saute them on your pan.
Yes, exactly. It's like frying, shallow
Frying.
frying. Indeed, if you go through recipes these days, even chefs do not use the word fry. They prefer using the word saute some
Saute.
onions, saute some garlics, etc. Great. Thank you, Suman. The next word, Sheshri, go ahead.
Decor,
But
decor,
remember, we learned that we don't pronounce, French can't pronounce the d. In
decor,
decor, exactly. Decor. And decor means it's pretty easy. Try.
decorating,
Decoration, the
decoration.
ambience of a place. Decor. Okay, let's come to the next word. Kanika. We use this in English again, but we've made it very English. I'll tell you how, but let's hear Kanika.
Preach, preachy, some
But we don't say the last letter.
the
And CH is no more ch.
is sure.
Yes, try.
Crash. Crash.
Crash. Exactly. Crash. Crash. But
Crash.
in English, we've made it very comfortable for our tongues. We say crash.
Crash. Yeah.
It's not crash. It's crash.
Crash.
Crash. And crash, Kanika, what does crash mean?
It's kind like a daycare of babies.
Daycare. Exactly. It's like play school, a nursery, a daycare. Perfect. Okay, let's come to the next word. Very important. If you want to speak French perfectly, this word will help you. Suman, over to you.
Ou the toilet.
Okay. The sound of these three letters in this order: E, A, U. The sound is the like letter O. O. E, A, U in French. Wherever you see these three letters in this order, always remember it's O. O. That's one thing. The last letter is silent. The. O. The. Now, here. It looks like the English word toilet. No. A new and important thing to learn is the OI in French. I'll come over to the whiteboard. So we learned that the sound of EAU is like the letter O. Wherever you see the letters O and I, on the other hand, it's not OI like in English. It's actually WA. WA. So it sounds like twa, twa, let. Can we try once saying the word? Suman, let's start with you, then we'll come to Sheshri, and then we'll come to Kanika. Suman, try.
Oh, the toilet.
No, but it's not OI, right? The sound of OI is, we just learned.
Toilet.
Toilet, exactly. O, the toilet. Sheshri,
Yes,
try pronouncing.
Oh, the twilight.
Perfect. And Kanika?
Oh, the toilet.
Toilet. Okay, open question. What do you think this word means? Oh, the toilet. Look at the image.
It's like the good smelling thing for the they use it in washrooms, like a
Mm,
perfume bottle kind of thing.
it's perfume, not for washroom, but just perfume, the one we spray on ourselves. If you go through the French brands like Chanel, Dior, they have their own line of eau de toilette. On the bottle, you will see it's written eau de toilette, not perfume, eau de toilette. And it's indeed the way you speak French like a native. If you say toilet, they'll know you're English speaking. So eau de toilette is how the French speak it. And this was some insight into the French language, certain pronunciation rules that are very stable. So if you see OI anywhere, always remember it's wa. If you see these three letters E, A, U together, always remember it's O. And that's how we are going to learn more and more French words. This will be our, this is the conduct of our classes. More experiential through videos, through dialogue exchanges that we conduct, through a lot of listening exercises, through a lot of words that we already know. But also, it is a practice that we start thinking in French. You know, we forget the other languages for a while. Of course, we are making connections, that's okay. But it's more about thinking in the language you're learning. And it's very important to speak because your mouth does not know how to speak a language. You have to make it used to it. That it's toi. I can't say toi. It's toi. More the more you speak, even in classes, the more you learn. Okay. On this note, this was my little demo prepared for you all. I really hope it was insightful and you learned something today. And I also hope to see you soon in one of the batches. Kanika, Suman, Sheshri. Any questions, any doubts, anything you wish to ask? We can have a conversation. No? Okay. Have a very good day and see you soon. Adieu.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye bye.